right, as promised, you know it, this video is the extreme meals actually being made. In the last video that I made about extreme meal planning, and I did a shop with me, and I think I made one of the meals, but because y'all asked, I give it to you. I promised, and here it is. So this is me going through a week's dinner nights of meals. I start out with Monday and I get all the way to Friday. Saturday night we didn't do a meal because we had meals with friends, or we ate with friends. Meals with friends. Anyways. And then Sunday night we just did leftovers because why make all this good food and let it go to waste, right? Especially when you are in a budget conscious situation, you don't want to just let it go. So we did leftover night Sunday night, which is usually our plan. Most Sundays we do actually leftovers for lunches, but this time we just went ahead and did it for dinner and had like a simple lunch of sandwiches. If you're new around here, hi, my name is Cassidy. I am a mother of 7. My youngest is 3 months old. We're just now getting out of those sleepless, foggy days. And my oldest is 15, and she's working and doing all the things. So I have a range of kids, and I am just like in all of the seasons. I have 2 toddlers, which is pretty much just taking all of my focus and energy. So I like to focus on motherhood and homemaking here on this channel because that's what I truly love and am passionate about. If that is also of you, or you're just interested or just want to see how life is with like 7 children and how I do things and what I'm up to, then go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you, and I would appreciate if you hit the bell so that you don't miss anything. I don't want you to miss it, so don't miss it. So hit the bell. And we're going to go ahead and get into this with Monday night's dinner. Here we go. Okay, so I'm making carnitas with this pork shoulder that I got a big old huge hunk of meat. I'm going to cut it down, and then I'm going to use the Instant Pot to cook it. And I will show you as I get that done. Okay, so I went ahead and cut like half of it off, maybe a little less than half, and cut off as much fat as I could without getting rid of any of the meat, just so I can, less fat. Anyways, and then 4 different chunks to make it easier to saute. And then I'm going to pour a little bit of olive oil in my Instant Pot. By a little, I mean, a lot of drizzles. And then I'm just going to put this in the Instant Pot, saute, which means it's like brown the sides. And then I'll put all the other stuff in there, and I'll show you as I do that. Finally done. Okay, so I've browned the one side. I'm just going to flip them to brown and sear the other side. And I'm actually going to go ahead and season them now. Okay, for seasoning, I'm going to use the Saison Complete seasoning, which is onion, garlic, and I believe parsley. I'd have to check that for certain, but I'm going to put that in there. I'm also going to use fresh garlic and onion, but for now, salt. And some pepper. And then while that is searing on that side, I'm going to go ahead and cut up the garlic, or cut up the onion and mince the garlic. So I know there's all kinds of tips, tricks, hacks on cutting onions and how to keep it from, burning your eyes and all of that. I know they're out there. This is how I prefer to cut an onion, and so I'm just going to go ahead and cut it this way. And you'll probably see me do it this way in all of my videos, so don't come for me. But if you do know a hack, then feel free to share it, because I'm sure other people might want to know. Here I am grabbing the garlic clove. If you're wondering what am I doing by pressing it down on the cutting board, I am breaking the end to make it easier to peel off the outer shell or outer peel, to make it easier, and it just comes off so easy. Peel it off and then mince it. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this. I didn't before, and it makes so much sense now that I do, but you're actually supposed to put the lime or lemon or orange or whatever it is that you're juicing facing down in the hole, so obviously it can come out. I never knew that, and I just always put it in there facing like the shape of it. got some helpers in here, but just opened the crock pot, and this is what you should expect, is for it to just fall apart and shred and smell delicious. So I'm going to shred this all the way up, and then I'll get started. Yes, you may have some blueberries. I'm going to go ahead and get started after shredding this all up on the corn tortillas and things like that to top the tacos with. Here I have some chopped up avocado, lettuce, and some slices of lime, and then this is what it looks like all cooked and ready to go. And then I have some rice over here cooking in the other Instapot. And then over here is my husband's tacos that I made for him. They look so delicious. They came out so good. Here's Tuesday night meal with chili and cornbread. We have sauteed onions. Brown up your ground beef. Time to add in the spices. Chili powder. And then some cumin. Garlic. Onion. Oregano. Mix it up. Don't forget the salt and pepper. Once the meat is done being browned, add in your beef broth, diced tomatoes, corn if you feel like it, no need to drain it. I also like to add some green chilies and stir it all together. And then you're going to add in your pre-soaked and rinsed beans. I'm adding a little bit of water for the beans to absorb. Now the max. Close the lid. And you're gonna hit that. Oh. Cancel the saute option. And then hit bean chili. Good old Jiffy cornbread mix. And then here it is all bowled up for us. Sour cream cheese topped with it, and then cornbread. Wednesday night is baked potato bar, so I've poked the holes and put them in the pot to cook. Okay, so baked potatoes are done. You can't really see it, but I have my toppings, leftover chili from last night, some shredded carnitas from the night before, bacon crumbles, sour cream cheese, butter, extra crumbles if we need it, salt and pepper, and that's what dinner is tonight. Here's my 2 toddler plates, and then my girls' plates, and my 2 oldest' plates. I had all the fixings. Next up on the list for Thursday night dinner is the Pioneer Woman Noodle Bake. And I'm just sauteing up some onions here first, and then adding in my ground beef. I'm going to go ahead and brown that, but first I'm going to add in some seasonings because, you know, your girl likes some flavor. I do not like a bland meal. So this is kind of like a Pioneer Woman meal, but with a Cassidy spin. And then I'm going to, after I get it all browned up, I'm going to add in the Ragu pasta sauce. You can use any sauce you want though. And then go ahead and layer on the cooked noodles on top of that mixture. And then you are going to add in a blend of cottage cheese and sour cream. Here I am, and I just kind of like eyeballed it. It's like kind of like half and half mix, but I think you're supposed to have more cottage cheese than sour cream. And then I just go ahead and blop it on top, and I'm going to spread it out nice and even, kind of like frosting a cake. And after I do that, I will top it with a ton of cheddar cheese all shredded up, and then I'm going to go ahead and place it in the oven to bake so that it gets nice and bubbly and brown on top. And here it is, my toddler. She was enjoying it so much. This is one of their favorite meals, and I like to cook it probably like once or twice a month. Here it is, all brown and bubbly like I was talking about. It is so good. You guys will love this, and I guarantee you add it to your list of rate. Okay, here we are, Friday night. It's chicken and gravy over mashed potatoes. It's one of my favorite budget-friendly comfort meals. Over in the Instapot, I had chicken thighs cooking in chicken broth, and then boiling potatoes, and then I have a stick of butter, and I'm gonna go ahead and start making my roux for the gravy sauce. And it's basically just a stick of butter because I'm making a bunch of it. You might want to size it down if you have a smaller family. And then I'm adding flour until it's kind of like a thicker, smooth texture, as you'll see in here. Adding a little bit more flour to absorb some more of that liquid. And I didn't add any salt to this mixture because it was salted butter. And the chicken broth I used, I salted and stuff like that too, so I'm not going to add any more salt. But I'm just going to go ahead and stir and mix this up, or whisk it until it is nice and blended and smooth, no chunks, no clumps. And then here I am going to start adding in the chicken broth. You want to have this on a low to medium heat because you want it to kind of boil a little bit, like a low simmering boil. And you're just going to go ahead and whisk it in until it's all smooth and incorporated to the consistency you want. If you want a thicker gravy, you're going to add less liquid like chicken broth or milk. If you want it to be thinner, then you're going to add more chicken broth. So here I am. This is the texture that I'm looking for. I like the way this looks. And I'm just going to add in the shredded up chicken thighs that I had put down. Oh, I lied. Here I am adding some salt. I guess you never can have too much. I mean, you can, but your girl, she adds a lot of salt, guys. Sorry. And then here we go with some ground pepper. I knew I added pepper. I forgot I added salt. Anyways, blend it all together. Mix it up nice and good. You guys, I loved this meal. It was so good. My husband loved it. He took it for leftovers, for lunch. Sorry. It was such a good meal. It was a family win. And it's super cheap and easy to make. So here it is. I used about 5 chicken thighs, I believe, and I just shredded them up, put them in the gravy, and then you just put them over your mashed potatoes, guys. It's okay, mashed potato time. I'm gonna go ahead and use my little meat grinder smasher thing tool in this one too, just to break it down and make it in smaller sizes when I mix it up. Mashed potatoes is one of my favorite things to make. It's so good. I just love it. So I'm using chicken broth to mix it up instead of milk, which I would normally do. But I think chicken broth just gives it an extra little bit of flavor. And then I'm going to go ahead and serve it up with a side salad. I added croutons and some bacon bits and I believe cheese to this. And it was such a good meal. Like I said, you guys, it was a family win. So if you're on a budget and you're looking for some ideas, this is a good one to do. And then I just wanted to show you guys my cute little fall table setup. Isn't it so cute? I love it. Fall is like my favorite. I found these cute tablecloths over at Walmart. And here it is all plated. It's delicious. It's yummy. It's cheap. And it should be on your go-to list. That is my week of budget-friendly, extreme budget-friendly meals. I hope that it was of interest. I hope it helped you. If you are not already subscribed, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell so that you don't miss a thing. And I will see you guys in the next one. Happy homemaking. Bye.